age-restricted housing is something that comes with a lot of different variables. What's made this development stand out amongst a lot of the competition is the fact that these are all single-family detached homes. You don't have to mow the lawn, you don't have to shovel the driveway, it's all taken care of for you. So it's carefree living at a time in most people's lives when they've had enough of that.
I enjoy the fact that it's a real community. There are all the typical real estate reasons, a 2-car attached garage, a really nice open floor plan, but what really made the difference for us is that it is such a community. That's my number one. I would say the location is number 2.
Northampton is just a wonderful place to be. There's all sorts of arts and culture, just about anything you could want, and people are always out doing things. You can have your own lifestyle and do what is comfortable for you. The house and surroundings are just tremendous.
It's within walking distance to Florence Center, right on the bike path. It's right next to Look Park, and just many amenities. Yeah, it's an ideal location.
When we looked at condos in the area, we looked at everything. And this was the only condo complex we found that had freestanding units, flexibility in design. No other place allows that kind of freedom, and so that's one of the big selling points of this complex.
We were one of the couples who picked most of the standard options, whereas there are other people who spent a lot of time making choices and they built these fabulous kitchens, and you can be extremely involved and customized to the nth degree, or you can, keep it fairly basic.
Typically you start with a footprint, and then within that footprint you can basically design the interior to meet whatever needs you have. We did that with our house. We opened up the whole first floor from a lot of small spaces to one big open space, and that works well for us.
The house is very tight. When we had the snowstorm of October 30th a couple years ago, when the electricity went out, we didn't really get below 68, and my heating bills have gone way, way down. It's quite a savings, really, to have a energy efficient home.
Since we put our solar panels in last spring, we haven't paid an electric bill since April, and we just keep getting a bigger and bigger credit.
From the very beginning, there was a real effort for everybody who was here to make any newcomers feel very welcome. People participate in things that they want to and don't feel obligated to go into things that other people might be doing.
I'd say about 2/3 of the women participate in a book club once a month. The husbands go out to dinner on book club night. The houses are closer together and the little front porch and so forth, so somebody who's walking by stops and they visit. It feels like a real community and a neighborhood.
This is where we live, and I think it's the kind of thing that people will look at and say, well, if the realtor's living there, maybe that's something we ought to consider. Obviously there are a lot of choices out there, and I've had the great advantage of handling many different projects over the years, but this is where we decided to settle because it's been such a warm and friendly atmosphere and very welcoming.
Come on, Eddie. I'm gonna go back down.
I'm sure they could tell you what they like about Grandma's house, because they love to come here. We turned the whole basement into a space for them, so it's like a huge toy room down there.
As we head into the final phase of this development, there are still a dozen or so lots left. We have a lot of continuing interest, and it's the kind of situation where people generally do their planning about 6 months in advance because that's how long it takes to build a home. The end result has been a lot of happy customers.